Hi, everybody. This is Lowell, and we're talking about how to start a music school. And I'm dealing with leadership principles right now. And in terms of leading any organization, particularly, honestly, with musicians can be some of the more difficult types of people to manage and to lead because musicians uh, are great with understanding emotions and connecting with their emotions, but sometimes that can be a negative, and so they can become, I would say, flaky. And so musicians are notoriously flaky. So having good leadership skills with a music school is, I think, really important. It's actually critical. So um, I'm just going to rehash a couple of the principles that we've talked in previous videos. The first one was believe in others. So you have to actually believe in the people that you're working with. And that's everybody. That's the teachers, students, parents, community. Believe in others, and then identify the gifts of others. And so, each of your people that are working for you and working with you have specific strengths, and all of us have strengths and weaknesses. And so it's up to us to identify those strengths and weaknesses within ourselves. And it's also, and especially once you do that with yourself, you can more easily do that with identifying the gifts and strengths of others. So believe in others, identify their gifts. And then, as a leader, you should be casting vision and letting everyone know, speaking out what it is that you imagine, the best possible example of how life can be. So you cast vision. And then this fourth principle is to identify areas of consent. So, as a leader, the worst thing you can do is say, okay, my way or the highway. And especially in modern times, it used to be that we had sort of a mindset of military leadership in business. Is that I'm the top of the chain of the command. I'm the top of the pyramid, but that doesn't really square well with what I call servant leadership. And Jesus in the Bible taught about this, and he basically showed us that leadership can be where it's an inverted pyramid, where the leader is on the bottom, pushing up and adding value and identifying the strengths and basically releasing the people that he's working with into their areas of strength. Instead of holding them back to do exactly what he wants, he's encouraging and augmenting them and helping them see who they are and believe in what they have to offer, and adding value to them in a way that causes those strengths and those giftings to be all that they can be. And so in order to do that, you want to find areas of consent. As a leader, not everybody's going to think the way that you think, and that's okay. And especially in a music school where you have all these different ways of approaching teaching and ways of approaching how to make music. Now, there's certain principles that you're going to want, as a framework as you're leading the organization. For example, in our music school, we put a premium on two things. One is on reading music, but also on playing in ensembles, making music with more than just one person sitting at an instrument, bringing people together. Those are two things that are important to us, as well as playing by ear. The two things that really make a great musician, in our estimation, are the ability to read, but also the ability to improvise and to understand the fluidity and the intuitiveness of making music. So, but how you hold a drumstick, I'm not going to be micromanaging that. Even as a violinist, I'm not going to be telling my violin teachers exactly how to lead their lessons. I understand my areas of expertise, but I also identify and understand other people's areas. And so what you want to do is look for consent, and instead of looking for places that we all disagree, because we're all going to be disagreeing about something, look for some areas that you can agree on. Let's say that you disagree on 99%. Well, then add 100% of your energy and of your focus on that 1% that you can agree on in order to move forward. And it's going to be way more agreement than that when you have people in your organization. But just look for areas of consent.